had one job. I didn't make the console. I didn't have ideas. I'm a salesman. I had one job. Why would you do that? Why would you know how that would make me feel? My father was right about me. I can't do anything right. Why would you do that?
What's up, guys? It's Paul and Drake from Why We Game, the show where we play games, review games, and today bring you the weekly gamer news. Now, today's news is going to be in the form of educating you guys on the history of the console war. Now, if you don't know, the console war is the PlayStation, the Xbox, and you can even include the Nintendo to a lesser degree in the console war. Today, specifically, we have to teach you a little bit about the history, and sort of what we're culminating this episode into is to help educate you guys, right, to understand the potential price points that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X may drop at, so we can all just start saving a little extra money sooner rather than later in preparation for this holiday season. All right, so in the beginning, there was the PlayStation. Just not only the PlayStation, there were lots of other gaming consoles. The Nintendo was definitely a part of that. We had our Sega Genesis and so on. But that PlayStation was sort of the console that reigned supreme for a long, long time. And then enter the year 2000, roughly March, so sometime in the spring, the PlayStation 2 launched. But with it, the beginning of the actual console war began, with Microsoft dipping its toes into the water, into the console gaming water, and introducing their Xbox, right? Now, the PlayStation sold a whop, like this was the biggest selling console in history, and still is. The PlayStation 2 sold 157.6 million units, right? They sold those at $300 a pop, while came the Xbox at a competitive $300 as well, only sold 24 million units. Now, those numbers, I mean, there's a drastic disparity between those numbers, and we acknowledge that, but this was Microsoft's intro console, and honestly, it did a lot better than anybody expected it to. Now, we move on to the intro of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. I think this happened sometime in 2006, roughly 5 or 6 years after the release of the PlayStation 2. Now, here's what I want you guys to focus on. Please focus on the price points as we continue down this history lesson for you. The PlayStation 3 released two separate variations. The first one was a 20 gigabyte hard drive, which is actually kind of laughable now, considering we have like 100 gigabyte, games or whatever the case is. A 20 gigabyte hard drive for $500. The second variation, 3 times the amount of hard drive, was 60 gigabytes, $600. Xbox saw this. I'm pretty sure then they were the ones who undercut after hearing PlayStation's initial price, and they come in and their variations, two variations, just the same as PlayStation's. One kind of a bare bones 20 gigabyte console for, what was it, $300? Yeah, $300. Then they come in with their premium console, 60 gigabytes hard drive, $400, right? So they're undercutting the PlayStation at this point by $200 per variation of the console, right? Here are the results of that. 87.4 million units sold for PlayStation, 84 million units sold for Xbox. So they definitely leveled the playing field, for the PlayStation 3 versus the Xbox 360. Now, here's where we get things a little more interesting. Things start to become a little more juicy. PlayStation 4 launched, and you could tell that they learned kind of from their mistakes of the launch of the PlayStation 3, and they did it with a $400 priced premium PlayStation with no variations, right? Just you're getting everything that you wanted in one variation, $400. Okay? Now the Xbox One launched same time, $500. And I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why Xbox didn't continue the trend of just keeping underneath Sony or whatever the case was, but they decided to kind of step their foot out there, consider the possibility that, hey, this is our time. People really enjoy our console. We're going to come up and we're going to take a step forward and say, people will pay an extra $100 for our console versus your console. And that backfired, blew up right in their face. The PlayStation 4 sold 102 million units, while the Xbox, 46.3 million units, roughly half of what they sold in the previous generation.
F in the chat.
Yeah, big F in the chat. RIP Xbox for that one, for sure. So we're seeing definitely a trend in the last couple of years, the last couple of console generations where these consoles seem to be so close to each other as far as the specs go, right? You have small kind of variations here or there, but it seems whoever launches their console with the lower price is what's selling. And that could be for several reasons. Like, we talked a little bit about this off camera, and I was like, listen, who's doing the shopping for these kids come holiday seasons? Moms. What do moms know about PlayStation versus Xbox? They're going to go, oh, this console, they have the same games for the most part. This one's cheaper. Bang, Timmy gets the cheaper console, you know? So there's a lot of things that play into this. And I kind of want to enter like a roundtable discussion a little bit and extract some of the information that we just presented and sort of just kind of give you our argument from Why We Game, just a general consensus of what we believe kind of going forward will be the price range and what to expect so that you guys are as prepared as you can be. What did you take away from this information?
So I think a big picture, it's all about price. I think all price point is going to be the biggest thing. If you look at the history of the console wars, I wouldn't count PS2 because PS2 is the big daddy, 157 million, and then the big green box comes in, sold, what was that? 24 million. And so it's not competitive yet. That was their first entry into it. And every time after that, the one who sells more is the one who has a lower price, right? PlayStation 3, 500, Xbox, 300. But again, you have to keep into account the Xbox is going up 60 million, and the PlayStation is going down about 70 million, give or take. And so the price equaled it out. And so then Xbox gets cocky, right? Xbox goes, I think I'm the big kid on the block. And then suddenly wants to go, I think we can beat them. I can be more expensive. And that's just, no, because it's not consistency. It's not, what people want is price, because we're playing the same games, or similar games. There are exclusives, right? Everyone loves exclusives. But what it's going to bring it home for a console is the price point.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things to take in here. You kind of have to know what both consoles are presenting with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. We know that they're going to be coming in the holiday season. We've seen the specs already. We've seen the looks, right? A lot of that stuff matters for some people, and a lot of people have already kind of picked their side. We really want to speak to the unbiased amongst us who are just really looking for the best console at the best price. Maybe you're not a gamer yet. Maybe you want to jump into it. What should I get this holiday season? Now, the specs, which is like the power, hard drive, the ability to output resolution and frame rate at consistent rates, all the specs, Xbox is edging out the PS5 just a little bit. I'm going to make sure, as I say this, I also put visuals up on the screen for you guys. The Xbox Series X also looks like a giant, like a mini fridge.
Mini fridge is the fridge you use at college for beer.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what that's for.
For sure. Well, what do you think the other one looks like? The PlayStation 5. What does that one look like?
Well, we've all heard it before. It's a router.
It's a internet
It's a router.
You guys have seen the memes, man. The memes, the internet always wins. That's for sure. So we have that, right? And so another thing that I've noticed, right, is Xbox, which had an absolutely terrible expo, right? Xbox's a console reveal was not good. They had some cool looking games, but we were getting cinematics and cutscenes. We wanted gameplay, right? We wanted gameplay, especially with Assassin's Creed Valhalla saying that their game's only going to be capable of running in 30 frames per second next gen. That is
so frustrating because I'm not a PC Master Race person. And PCs are $3,000, and they're 12 minutes, and they're obsolete. Mm-hmm. But they can run games 100 frames, man.
They were doing that years and years ago.
They've been doing it years, and they've always lagged behind.
Right.
And you would think that something that's meant to play games only would be just a monster at playing games.
Right.
But PCs, I mean, if you look at frames and how big you can play in a world and how many players you can have in a lobby, it's always PC, and I think that. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But as console gamers, yeah, I mean, we have to take a bunch of things into consideration. Console gaming is never going to be at the point. I'm going to say never, right? Unless it hits a certain price point. But it shouldn't ever really be at the point that the PCs are at. But I want to continue my thought, and I want to pick this one up later for the sake of organization for the video. We have to keep that PC thought in the back of your mind, right? So Xbox's release was a big hard meh from everybody. Unless you're like a hardcore Microsoft fan and you were like, Halo Infinite, which, cool, right?
Let me milk that cow a little bit more.
Right, Halo Infinite, it's going to be dope, right? And then here comes PlayStation. They have sick games. They have gameplay for every single one. They have the exclusives, and they have a history of having the exclusives. So you're really looking at it at a place where you're like, okay, Xbox has got the tech power, right? But as far as the uniqueness of the video games that I'll be playing, PlayStation definitely takes the edge in that regard. And something that let's backtrack. We can finally pick up that PC discussion. Price point. A bunch of things are going to matter here. And we've seen in the past, the one with the lower is the winner, right? The one with the lower cost is the winner. But in a lot of these things, both of these consoles have yet to announce their price. They've announced just about everything else but the price. And the reason is simple. They have flexibility in the price. But whoever says it first is going to be the one that gets undercut directly by the other one. I mean, this is such a focal point, we even made a small skit about it.
Hi, I'm here to buy a gaming console.
Hello, potential consumer.
Hello, prospective customer. I know everything there is to know except the price.
The price.
You go.
You.
No, you.
You.
No. You go.
No.
No, you go. You. Not me. You. He'll go. Go. Fine. The price is $500.
Oh.
$450.
Oh, $450. I'll take that one. I had one job. I didn't make the console. I didn't have ideas. I'm a salesman. I had one job. Why would you do that? Why would you know how that would make me feel? My father was right about me. I can't do anything right. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Those are always really, really fun to make.
They are.
But yeah. I mean, they're going to get undercut. And so we haven't heard anything, but we do have a potential leak from Amazon. Amazon has listed a PlayStation 5. Let me make sure I'm getting this right for you guys. They've released a PlayStation 5 and a release date for the console, right? A November 20th release date. So right then, around the holiday seasons, you're getting really close to Black Friday. I wouldn't expect any Black Friday deals. You might get some bundles with games or something, console, but no, you're definitely not getting any deals. And the price points for this were £499 and £399. So obviously this was in a European Amazon site. That converts roughly to, for the upper echelon one, $565 US. America. And $450 US, right? And so the two variations, obviously the one 565 you're gonna get a little bit more, but the 565, right? That price was, you were getting like a Blu-ray disc drive, amongst other things that I think are a little bit smaller. I don't know if they're going to be able to really pull that off, considering that at $450, true gamers, as a gamer myself, I'm not looking at that disc drive and be like, that's a deal breaker, I have to have that. Now, the rest of the information on what that might include for the premium edition, I'm not sure. But as things move more digitally in the first place, $450 actually sounds really good. And just really good. And the thing that I love about this is $450 not only sounds great because WWG, Why We Game, we were considering $500 to be kind of like the point, right? The reference point. $450 is good. And the best part about it is they went first, which means Xbox can do one of two things. They can undercut them like we've seen in the past, which works. Financially speaking, it works with units sold. Hopefully they go, okay, we're going to sell our digital for $400 and we're going to sell our premium for $525, whatever it is. I'm really hoping that's what it means. But I honestly figure Microsoft is just super arrogant in this regard.
Oh, they're going to undercut for sure.
I hope they undercut.
They know it works. It works. It's proven to work.
They've proven to be arrogant and they've proven to be brilliant, right? They were brilliant with the PS3 versus the PS3 versus the Xbox 360, and they were arrogant with the Xbox One versus the PS4. Oh. I hope and I pray that with the PS5 versus Series X that they learn from their mistakes, undercut PlayStation, and actually let's have an affordable battle.
I think they've had their slice of humble pie, maybe the whole pie, but I think they've learned their lesson. And what this means, guys, in case we're losing the big picture, the free market is working. Less the invisible hand, we're controlling the price here. Who's going to buy? They're doing this for us. They're having to make decisions for the consumer. And what really hurts that, and I mean, I love a good argument, but fanboys for certain, fanboy PS5, fanboy Xbox, those things are kind of dangerous to this sort of scheme where the lower price gets the consumer. That's what we need to have. And I think if you go, oh, I just want an Xbox, and you blindly follow that, I think that kind of puts this beautiful process that we have this whole menu we can pick from, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper. I think we put that in danger.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you want, Siri?
What is this? Why is Siri? Get out of here!
Is that my phone?
Yeah, Siri was trying to infiltrate the video. What the heck, Siri?
They don't want us to succeed.
No, but yeah, I mean, look, I have been in the past an Xbox fanboy.
Oh, me too.
Right?
Me too.
I've been Xbox day one, but I will tell you what. Given if this information, and if it is Sony's, to be fair, Sony still needs to confirm this, right? So it's not 100% accurate. But given that this information is accurate, right, we'll just pretend for a second, and then Xbox comes and they do something like, $600 for their premium and then $500. If they allow this opportunity to slip out of their hands, I will be so frustrated as an Xbox guy. There's a chance that I support PlayStation literally just because they don't seem A, arrogant, and B, just more willing to listen and cater to their consumer base, right? Also, you have to understand what goes into these, right? I'm hearing a lot of expert analysts are saying $400 to $450 is what it costs to make these, right? And given that they're going to be selling them for a little bit over that, they're going to be profiting roughly $50. Like PlayStation will be profiting roughly $50 for each unit sold. But that's not even where their money comes from. They've already built a fan base, and they have a massive fan base in the PlayStation Network, right? That's just already there. They've already done the hard work, and all of their money is going to come from PSN, digital downloads, whether that's from the exclusives and all this other stuff that Sony has, and same with Microsoft, right? They have their own variations of things. They don't have to price gouge. They don't have to price gouge to just make sure that they're getting the most out of this. I mean, obviously they want that icing on the top, and as fans of people of consoles that are taking care of us, we want them to be taken care of as well. Anyway, long story short, we want to make sure we're taking care of the company that is most taking care of us. And to keep this video reasonable, I want to end it off with this. Please make sure that you are making an educated decision when it comes to these console wars. I want everyone to be able to, you want to be able to take care of yourself and the company that you love. Don't allow these companies to take advantage of us, because when we allow things, that's when stuff starts getting out of hand, right? He was talking about the free market and such. We're in control. If we refuse to buy things, you'll see a difference. So you won't see any biases from our channel. It's just not how we work. That's how we refuse to operate like that. And $450, if that is true for the digital edition of the PS5, we applaud Sony, especially considering we thought $500 was what the standard was going to be. So in closing, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoy the skits, man, stay all the way to the end for some bloopers on those skits. Those things are really interesting to make. And Drake is not a very good actor at all, so we always got lots of bloopers for you guys.
Yeah.
And if you guys enjoy it, please make sure to hit a like. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you're brand new, so you get alerted every single time we go live with video. And watch out for tomorrow. We've got EA Play event. It's going to be a crap show, I imagine, because EA sucks. I will be tearing them a new one in tomorrow's video.
I was gonna say, when you're saying, make sure that make sure you you enforce the consoles that they're sold for the right price. I was gonna say, just have a video of EA in a corner somewhere,
yeah.
beat the shit out of by a whole bunch of console players.
Nobody puts EA in the corner. Anyway, we're gonna be doing that event. It's gonna be a crap show. I promise to rip them a new one. Okay. That said, thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one, man. Peace. What is up, guys? It is Paul and Drake. 2, 1.
Hi, I'm here to buy a. Oh, fuck. Do I wave?
I mean, you can wave if you want. They're waving at you.
Fuck. Hi, I'm here to buy a. What am I saying? A gaming console.
A video gaming console.
Video gaming console.
not trying to hurt your feelings.
Look at the camera.
Sorry.
In the beginning, there was the PlayStation and only the PlayStation. But everything changed when the free market attacked. So PlayStation 2. Hi, I'm here to buy. What the f was that?
What are we jumping out at you? Nobody's
It's the
coming
transmission.
Nobody's coming to get you. All right.
Yeah, I know everything there is to know about the price. I know that they're... Oh, not the f.
Are you going to just roll off everything you know about them right now?
Hello, potential consumer.
No, you go. You, not me. You. He'll go. He'll go. Go.
But you're going.
Okay.
Okay?
I was really ready. And then you stopped me from being ready. Are you ready? So now I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, fine. And then just throw a price. $500.
Fine, fine. The price is $500.
The price